Good evening, everybody. This is your favorite Balkan American grouch, Seattle chapter president, wishing you, if you are celebrating, a happy Easter. Christ has indeed risen. It's for the Orthodox out there, but not even all the Orthodox. I think some of them celebrate last week. But my people and a number of other people celebrate this week. Get cheaper candy. See, nobody knows about us Orthodox people, and yet we're smart, man. We're smart. We know how to work this system to our advantage. Get all the nice chocolate, 50 to 75% off. Then we celebrate. Okay. Enough about my glorious tradition, which I don't even know that I, belong there anymore. I'm trying to, I'm like, white supremacy is really bumming me out, and I don't know that my church has an answer to it. My co-religionists, the people, aren't don't have a particular answer to it. So I don't know. I might have to find someplace else. But of course, at this point, I can't even leave the house because of allergy season. As you can hear as I clear my throat. Anyway, let's do our land acknowledgement. I would like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional land of the first people of Seattle, the Duwamish people, past and present, and honor with gratitude the land itself and the Duwamish tribe. I also want to mention the Coastal Salish, and I think that's a good practice to get into, to remember that the land is stolen and treaties are broken, and we need to make that right in this country. Okay, because making it right will make it light. People will feel lighter, not, ignoring the requests of a damaged party for some justice. So I think the sooner that we can get that rolling, I think we'll all feel really light. And I'm feeling really light today, and that's because I've been working really hard on forgiveness, and because I can't hold all the grudges that I've been holding and continue to live an easy life. So that's been a big project for me in the past year, I would say. So I'm back with announcing another 2 minutes of love meditation, meditation is a good word to use for it, but like I said, you might be asleep because I want this to be global. I want people around the world to be enjoying love. And if you're asleep, that's, like I said, I think it's being asleep, resting, and love are kind of two sides of the same coin. So like maybe before you go to bed, you can think about these things. Am I still trying to get people to set up random number generators so we can see if people do think of love at the same time? It something happens and there's a global consciousness. Heck yeah, I am. Does it have to happen in this date that I set? No, it doesn't have to do that. But eventually, if we keep doing it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this date, and then we're going to do just first of the month going on out. But the reason I'm setting this particular date is because I think it represents one of the most powerful rebrands of a date that I can think of about the meaning of a date, right? Dates mean something, like July 4th, that means something, right? When was the Bastille storm? July 14th or 15th. That means, that date means something, right? So, April 20th is Hitler's birthday. And nobody ever thinks about it that way because of 420, right? We all know what 420 means. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I think it's brilliant. A while back I looked into the origin of 420 being the code for you know what, the story I found was it was kids at a coastal California surfer town who would always say, yeah, let's get together at 420, and that was their sort of like code for we'll go out and enjoy a little dubage, and it just stuck, and it's persists, which is great too, because now we don't have to think about Hitler ever being born. We can think of him as an inhuman anomaly. Of course, he's not an anomaly in humanity. There's plenty of others. But anyway, so the concept, we've got it. It's 2 minutes at the same time, all together around the world. So it's going to be at 4:20 in the afternoon, or military time 16:20 in the afternoon, Pacific time, Pacific Daylight Time, on April 20th. So I think it's Thursday. So that is, I looked up what it was Greenwich Mean Time, and it is 23:20. And it's not Greenwich Mean Time because they moved clocks forward, and it's British summertime. So British summertime, it's 23:20, and it's 16:20 here on the Pacific Coast, or 4:20, the way we civilians like to say it. So to get you to help you a little bit about what to do these 2 minutes, just 2 minutes of your time, I wanted to alert you to a concept, a Rastafarian concept that I learned about from a Native American guy and it was overstanding. Okay, and I'll attach this little blog entry, but I'll also read for you what it's describes, because it really kind of opened up my it opened up my mind to the depth of the philosophy when I learned this concept of overstand. In his lyrics and choice of words, Bob Marley will sometimes say overstand instead of understand. The meanings are subtly different. Overstanding is a Rastafarian turn of phrase. It implies more than basic understanding, something like having the big picture. The sound of the word overstanding adds vibration of positivity, strength, and respect. This kind of wordplay is common in Rastafarian speech, where the deep beliefs may be folded into a simple twist of language. Another example of is the preference of saying standing in love, which suggests something active and uplifting rather than just falling in love. It's been said that people with overstanding can do more than read from life's book, but can help write it. They can apply their wisdom and thoughtful consideration to make useful new ideas, fresh assessments, and positive actions. In his pursuit of overstanding, Bob Marley felt strongly about the value of casting aside your assumptions and opening yourself to truly see and think. In that simple step, he found a path for each of us to discover greater meaning, peace, and strength to make a better world. The first order of business, Marley suggests, is to take time to look within and ponder our actions. Let's ponder our own love, I would say. And how do we do that? Well, I'm going to introduce, I'm sure she needs no introduction, but I'll introduce you to American writer and professor, thinker. She died last year, or maybe it was the end of 2021. Her name is Bell Hooks, the black woman. She taught at various colleges around the country, but dedicated herself to sort of the Deep South, which I think is where she's from, and that's where she chose to live, because she felt that it was important to do the work she was doing there. Like I say, she's an author, thinker, philosopher, I would say, social critic. And she wrote a book called All About Love. And I have not read the book. I don't even have the book, because I just started watching a bunch of videos on YouTube about it. So that's on, maybe if somebody wants to do a book club with me and read that book, I'd love to. Hit me up. But she writes about what she says, that love isn't a noun, it's a verb. And I believe that too. I said I believe it's a journey, not a destination, right? It doesn't, and that's what's so confounding about the fall, the falling in love. I fell in love. That was like the destination. You never know what goes on afterwards, right? But it's the standing in love where that you can now write in life's book. And if you stand in love with somebody lovely, you guys are going to, write something really amazing, right? So sure, you have that falling in love, that initial, sizzle, But the standing in love is where the magic happens. And how do you stand in love? Well, you have to have these 7 components, according to Bell Hooks: care, affection, recognition, respect, commitment, trust, and honest and open communication. And as long as you have that, you can stand in love. So after you fall in love, after the rom-com happy ending happens, the commitment to then stand in love with the handsome lantern-jawed actor and the attractive blonde comic actress. When they stand in love, they can forge a really cool path. So that's what I'd like you to think about when in these 2 minutes at 1620, 1600 and 100 hours and 20 minutes, or I don't know, well, 420 on 420 in the afternoon on the Pacific Coast time. And like I said, that's 2320 British summertime. Think about care, affection, recognition, respect, commitment, trust, honest and open communication. And with that, think about where you can, so there's 2 minutes with this stuff. Think about where you can apply these things in your life, maybe. Maybe you can apply them with yourself. Maybe you can apply them with loved ones and coworkers and friends. Maybe you can apply them with the world. You know, so often these days I'm hearing this line, it's easier for people to imagine the end of the world than it is for the end of capitalism, for them to imagine the end of capitalism. And I'm like, well, maybe that's what's going on. Everyone thinks it's the end of the world, so they're focused on the end of the world, and it keeps ending, right? But maybe if we shift, pivot, and start thinking about just for 2 minutes, once a month, after 420, we're going to go May 1st and then June 1st and July 1st. But we might do July 4th. We might have to. But if we think about this: care, love, affection, recognition, respect, commitment, trust, honest and open communication, I think that if we did it all at the same time, and there were random number generators all over the world attached to a computer that could pick up synchronizations, I think something special would happen out of that. So let's do that, friends, guys and gals and non-binaries and trans and there's another one. Oh, I can't. I can't think of it. But plus. You know what I mean. Plus. So with that, death to fascism, freedom to the people, and I do love you. I want to have an exchange with you. I want to stand in love with you, with care, affection, recognition, respect, commitment, trust, and honest and open communication. I love you. Bye.